In this video, we're going to be talking about Aaron Wise's What's in the Bag after winning the AT&T Byron Nelson. Let's go put around.
Hit the ball!
220 yards for Aaron. Wind helping from the right. That's a flighted 6-iron.
Hey guys, David Folk here. On this channel, we do golf club reviews, geek speak videos, instructional videos, and golf gear videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So as we talk about Aaron Wise and his victory at the Byron Nelson, there was a little bit of controversy going on with the actual new location versus where it has previously been for numerous years. Some of the players were upset that they moved it to more of a linksy style course versus where it was. Obviously, Aaron Wise didn't have a problem with it because he came out on top and kind of ran away with it. You know, this was a good lead toward the back nine, trying to just maintain that and not really seeing Mark Leishman or anybody else kind of keeping up with him as he pulled away, winning at 23 under. And as we get into what's in Aaron Wise's bag, I want to talk about the stats that he had this week. I'm going to throw up a little splash here from the PGA Tour that you guys can take a look at. I'll put a link in the description below. And we're going to start with his driving accuracy. He had a driving accuracy over the 4 days, over the week, of 89.29%. He hit 90% of the fairways, which is crazy. The next stat I want to take a look at is his greens in regulation. And as you see, over the course of the week, he hit 90% of the greens in regulation, 91.67 to be precise. This guy was basically point and shoot, firing, hitting every target he wanted to. I mean, that means you're missing like 3 fairways or 4 fairways for the week. It means you're missing just a couple of greens for the week. That's just pretty amazing for what he's able to accomplish there. So let's get into talking about what's in his bag, starting with the driver. And as we look at his driver, we're going to notice that it is going to be a Callaway Rogue, and this is going to be set at 10.5 degrees, and it's going to have a Fujikura Pro Tour Spec 75 shaft in it. Again, solid shaft, solid club. I just finished a dry ball review of it, and I'll put a link up here in the description so you guys can take a look at that. I found it to be a really straight shooter as well. Really solid club, no real issues trying to get the ball up in the air, provided ample forgiveness. I just liked it.
Very aggressive play here for him with a driver. This could get close. Well, certainly within inside 100 yards.
Well inside, Peter. That's
moving on to his 3-wood. He's going to be playing a Callaway Rogue 15-degree 3-wood with a Fujikura Atmos Black 8X shaft in it. And just another solid club, which we saw him playing this week, a couple shots. Next, he's going to be playing a driver utility, and this is going to be the Callaway X4 Utility 2-iron, and this is going to have the KBS Tour Prototype Hybrid shaft in it. And the fact that he's using a hybrid shaft probably indicates that he's looking for the right distance gapping between his 3-wood and his irons, trying to find the right spin, launch, all of that good stuff. And speaking of irons, he's playing the Callaway Apex 16 4-iron, and he wants a little bit more help in the 4-iron, which is going to be that offset, little thicker top line, thicker sole to try and give him a little bit more forgiveness and launch it a little bit higher. And then he's going to move to the Callaway Apex MB 18 irons, 5-through pitching wedge. All of that's going to have the True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour Issue X100 shafts.
Oh, dead middle of fairway, 165 yards, just an 8-iron for Aaron.
220 yards for Aaron. Wind helping from the right. That's a flighted 6-iron.
Again, solid clubs. I've attempted to try and get my hands on the MB, but I can't find them in left-handed to really try them. I've heard great reviews from the righties that I know that have tried them. They love them. It's a soft iron, really workable, whatever you want to do with that. So fingers crossed I get to try and review those MBs, but we'll see. For his wedges, he's playing Titleist, which is going to be off from his Callaway bag. He is sponsored by Callaway, by the way, if you couldn't tell by what he was wearing and all the clubs that we've talked about so far. But for his wedges, he is playing the Titleist SM7 50, 56, and 60. And the shafts there are going to be X100 Tour issue shafts, which vary differently, a little slightly from others who are playing the SM7s, which have the S400s in it. I do find it interesting that he jumps from a 47 from the pitching wedge to the 50, but then has a big gap between the 50 and his 56. I'm sure that there's a reason for gapping and for flight and for spin and all that, but it seems like a pretty big jump, but obviously it's working for him, so let's move on. For his putter, he's going to be playing an Odyssey O-Works Red V-Line Fang CH. And again, it's a solid putter. I think it's a little soft for what I like, but you know, I know there's a ton of people, a couple of guys I play with are playing the Odyssey O-Works putters, and they really liked it.
Makes the game a whole lot easier.
Region as we head back to 4 green.
Aaron Wise. And the players are enjoying, and you can see why a couple of these guys are at the top, obviously.
For his golf ball, he's playing the Callaway Chrome Soft X, and for his grips, he's playing the Golf Pride Tour Velvet 58R, which is going to be the standard round grips for his clubs. So that wraps up Aaron Wise's What's in the Bag. Let me know, guys, if you have tried, if you have hit, if you have purchased anything from his bag that you're using. I look forward to hearing that. Are you seeing the results that he's seeing with hitting 90% of fairways and 90% of greens? Let me know. I look forward to hearing your comments down below. And of course, guys, while you're down there, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up because YouTube likes that. I'll put everything that we talked about, club-wise, ball-wise, grip-wise, in the description below so you guys can take a look at that. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll chat with you next time.